I'm curious about the rebrand, because I understand the purpose of the original name. I think at that time you are an FTV person yourself.
Yeah.
And that was your career at the time. So that's what you knew you could
Yeah, my
offer.
background was, TV, film and TV. So I used to work in both live TV, ENG, as well as film. So that's what I knew how best.
The time you've all been waiting for. This is the whole reason. I think actually when Wilfred was coming here, he thought he's just going to tell us about ADMI, oh, it was Jamuhuri, then like 10 minutes we're in, we're out. Shock on you. We're just getting started. So if you're just catching us right now, Wilfred has just discovered a gap in the industry that he's worked so long in. Like, please go to the other Nini. You know a person is qualified when they don't even have time to get into all their credentials and everything that they've done. So now is the time that he's seeing a gap in the industry and he wants to teach. So what do we do with that passion or that desire, that newly found,
Yeah, well, I think that time when you're thinking, okay, through my journey of, a decade, 15 years, learning through the industry, you're thinking of how can I help someone learn all that within, 2 years and be more useful when they join the industry. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe we need, a school. A school that can help young people joining the industry to learn fast and run the right way with the right equipment. I mean, it might not be high-end film or whatever, but then the advantage is also digital is coming in now. Yeah. So this is when the digital evolution is happening. So how can they use this opportunity to speed up their learning and be more useful and get into the industry? So I started the formal process of registering a school in 2011. So I registered the name Jamuhuri Film and Television Academy, but then I didn't have a location. So because then that company I was working with, or with the company we had, was based at Film Studios, Jamuhuri Park, near the showground. So I thought maybe I would get some space there. But then there, there's like a whole bureaucracy of getting space or rent. So it took a while. But then when, they say when you speak out your problems, you're closer to a solution, or someone will come with a solution. So someone mentioned, why don't you go and talk to, this guy at Shalom House? They might have some space. So that's how I ended up at Shalom House along Ngong Road. They literally had one small room, and said, but in the next few months, the next neighbor is also moving out. Literally, I just needed 2 rooms. One, the office, and the other one is a classroom. Exactly, yeah. So I said, you know what, because then the equipment was still at Film Studios. So I don't need to bring the equipment. I can always go there, get the equipment, and, teach with them. They also had a garden, which was really good. So that made perfect sense. So it's like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna take this to the room. Luckily, around the same time, there's a production that had just shot like a pilot, and it was an office kind of scene. So they were wondering where to take the furniture. So someone says, do you want this stuff? It's like, yes. So I arranged a pickup, went and picked a lot of that. So a lot of the stuff also in terms, even in furniture, was piled up in my sitting room, and because this other room could only fit a certain number, up to when the other room was available. That's then I was able to move the other desks or the class desks into the other room.
This is amazing. So you are the admin, you are the...
Everything. So that time I think I hired one young lady. She's called Brenda. Brenda is, I'm sure you know her.
Interesting.
She's a famous influencer right now.
Maybe.
Brenda Michelle.
Interesting.
Yeah, she was my receptionist admin. So she was just starting out, and I'll tell her about her story later. Yeah, so she's the one who's handling all the inquiries or whatever, and I'm in the other side now, setting up, and also
teaching.
I'm still working because I still need to make rent and all those things. So that's how we started, really, just the two of us in a small room. And then once around the same time again, maybe it's luck, Meta or Facebook, was picking up. Remember before, if you needed to advertise, you had to pay.
Brenda Michelle. I had to Google her to just make sure, because the name is familiar. This is amazing. Now I'm caught up.
So for you to advertise, you had to put up an ad in the newspaper, like a strip, and that strip used to cost like 80K, 87,000, whatever. So I paid a few times, at Nation, I tried Standard. I'm trying different things, which one will work. Just to get some inquiries coming through. Then there's this thing called Facebook, and I had just worked with another lady a few years before. And she was telling me, you need to join Facebook. She's from Wales. So when Facebook actually joined, when it started, before even anyone knew about Facebook here, they had already forced me to join Facebook. So I've been following it slowly and seeing the evolution. Now I'm looking at, advertising on Facebook. So how do you go about it? So I'm learning, I'm teaching myself. Of course, you waste a lot of money at the beginning. But then again, you also, it's a small audience, because Kenya hadn't, it hadn't blown up as much. But it was there. It was, happening. But, it was just difficult setting up the ads and all those things, but so you learn on the job. So you can see my skills for digital marketing started way back.
I need to learn from you. That Wilfred is amazing.
So I stopped trying to do the newspaper ads because they were just too expensive. I started trying to do the Facebook ads and stuff like that. So initially, through the newspapers, we got the first few inquiries, and we got the first 5 students to enroll, and that's how the school started.
Wow.
The school, even when on the day it started, I had gone to film for Supersport. I used to follow, or one of the people who used to be hired to follow the Safari Sevens around the world. So that time we had gone to New Zealand and then US. So when the school was the orientation, the first day of orientation, luckily a few days before, a month before maybe, I had hired another lady called Koi to come and help me manage the school. So when she, basically she's the one who ran the orientation. I was not there on the first day.
Delegation from the get-go.
Yeah, exactly. You learn and you trust her. And the way it happened is that now when the day it's happening is the day I was traveling back. And how I remember this day very well is also the day Whitney Houston died. Yeah, so you land on the airport and you hear people, Whitney died, huh? Like, what? So unfortunately now because from New Zealand you lose a day for coming to the US. So there's some time. So by the time you're getting to the US, it's already at night here. So I had to wait until the next day, or at some hours later, to get feedback. Or how did the orientation go? I think only maybe like 3 students attended. But still, it was a start. So we had started. There's no going back. So she was able to take, she was also a trained producer. She had just come back from the US. So she was able to handle the first few classes before. So she would do a lot of the theory parts, and I would do the most, the other technical parts. So even teaching, I had to learn on the go. How to create lesson plans and all those. I'm learning on the go. But I have a passion to teach these people and to get the competencies that I have. How do I push and make sure they and I think they are still some of the best in the industry today. They are everywhere. One of them is the US. Another one is now also employing other alumni. Actually 2 of them. Yeah, they're everywhere.
This is so inspiring. So now, at what point do we outgrow Shalom House?
So we were there about 2 years. We grew to about 80 students.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that was around the same time. There's another lady called Chiku, who you had known during production of Patricia show at Film Studios from Nigeria. But then she used to go to the same church with Dr. Leila. So, and she basically, Dr. Leila said, okay, same thing, you share, a problem shares is half solved.
Yes.
Says, I'm interested in investing in the media or in the training institution. And she said, I actually know the right person, because I had tried to advertise on her magazine maybe once or twice. He had created like an entertainment magazine. Yeah, and I think I did put up an ad there at some point. So she said, I actually know someone you should talk to. So she introduced me now to Dr. Leila, and that's how we met, and we started talking. And I told her, you know what, instead of me trying to explain to you, we have a production happening, student production happening this weekend. If you can come, you can come and see the students at work.
Yeah.
So when she came, she found us somewhere in Dagoretti, in the middle of nowhere, filming a short film. And we just came and observed for a few hours and then left. And then now we continue with the conversations later. And that's how we decided to partner. She decided to invest in ADMI. Then JFTA, then we rebrand the whole school to now ADMI. Yeah.
I'm curious about the rebrand, because I understand the purpose of the original name. I think at that time you are an FTV person yourself.
Yeah.
And that was your career at the time. So that's what you knew you could
my
offer.
background was, TV, film and TV. So I used to work in both live TV, ENG, as well as film. So that's what I knew how best to do.
Exactly.
But then the thing about film is also brings other people together. Animation,
sound.
you need music, you need sound, you need all those things. So the goal was to get there eventually, but again, sometimes you don't know how long it's gonna take you, but you start anyway.
Yeah.
Believing. So when she came in, I told her the goal, and we discussed, and we said, okay, maybe the best way is also to rebrand and change the name as well, to a more appealing name, to more continental. Because the goal was not also to teach only Kenyans. Uganda has the same problem, Tanzania, whatever. So how can we reach out to all this population? So hence the rebrand to Africa Digital Media Institute.
What other names? What other name ideas did you have that did not make the final cut?
Actually, it was pretty easy. I think even the first time was, we should call it Africa Digital Media.
Wow.
Digital Media Academy. But then apparently the ministry had changed some rules, so we could not register academy. So they reserved their name academy to high school or primary school, private primary school schools.
Yes.
Hence now the name, they said you have to use, if you're TVET, you have to use the name Institute. So that was really the only argument.
Interesting. Africa Digital Media Institute.
Yeah.
We'll be back after this break.